Alright YouTube, it is far be it for me to defend an international conglomerate such as NASCAR and a service in their first year trying to make a racing game based on said NASCAR. I've definitely never been one to glaze any games other than Thunder 04. And even then, you know, I on the regular say how much I hate that game. But the point I'm trying to make is that I have no skin in this game. Literally, the only thing that I want is a playable video game. That's just what I want, personally. I am not sponsored. Believe me, no one covered my $80 copy of this game. Let me tell you that right now. It would have been nice. It would have been nice. So what I'm trying to say is, no one's paying me to make this video. I'm just a concerned viewer who is watching a man spiral. That's the best way that I can describe this, is that Ryan Moody, old 98,000 subscriber having Ryan Moody over here with his little check mark, verified. This video's verified stupidity is what it is. Ryan Moody has been making a bunch of videos about NASCAR 25. He made like 10 before the game even came out, and at that point you have to really ask yourself, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you really trying to accomplish here? I understand making 1 or 2 videos about how concerned you are about how a game looks. I even was thinking about making a video about it. We went for so long without seeing gameplay footage of anything from this game. Everything was just screenshots. Everything had to be pulled from driver social media profiles. We didn't see any gameplay for about a month leading into this game's release. And at that point, that's when I was starting to get a little bit on the concerned side. But ever since the game's come out, and I've played it on day 1 of its, you know, pre-release, and I already know at this point that there's another update that I haven't actually installed yet. I haven't played on it yet. So a lot of the concerns that I have about the game are being addressed as we speak. This video we're about to watch literally was not even on the radar. So why don't we just sit back and observe as Ryan Moody explains why the world is coming to a premature end. Yes, let's watch this video. And we also got the longest fucking stupid ass intro in the world. Like, give me a break. Alright, let's watch this.
If you worked on this game, if you promoted this game, and intern that maybe look at as me, there's a level of responsibility you have.
A level of responsibility that you have. Give me a break, dude. Calm down. It's a video game. It's not that serious, dude. Come on. Journalistic integrity. My man is concerned with journalistic integrity when it comes to a shitty console game. Okay.
Simple stuff. This is insulting. Not just to...
This is insulting. This video is 13 minutes long, and if you look up in the corner, you'll see there's another video on the subject. Don't worry. I already watched all 19 minutes of this video. It's literally the same video again. See? It's literally just the exact same video again with like maybe 2 more points. So at this point, and if you'll take a look at this, we're at Dover in the Stenhouse Cup car. We go to this video. Guess where we're at? It's the exact same track. So we've got 2 videos on 1 race. And this is apparently the end of the fucking world? Let's find out why this is the end of the world, guys. Let's find out.
A game operating on 5th grade math.
5th grade math, folks.
With 5th grade math. And this ruins all the fun, all the immersion. Anything you think this game can be, all your career modes are going to be worthless.
Yep. So because of this 1 race at this 1 track, the entire game is worthless. This man is worse than Pooh in the Tails and Kenny show. This game is worthless. Also, take note that we are a minute and a half into this video so far, and he still hasn't even said what's wrong.
You don't have to know how to set up hit strategy. It can help you, but you don't. Simple numbers. Okay, our fuel window here is 22 laps from the start of the race.
We've got a fuel window. Goodness gracious, guys.
3 stops. If we stretch things out to 25 laps, or we can do 20 and make 1 more stop. I wasn't
Oh
willing
my
to commit to
goodness,
anything yet
guys.
because I didn't
We're
know how
doing
this was going to
5th
play.
grade math.
Now, one of the big concerns we all had in this community regarding this game was the caution. Whether it was just
Was
higher.
it? Was it? Was that one of the biggest concerns that we had? My biggest concern was whether or not the cars could drive. That's just me, though. Cautions? What are you talking about? This is the first I'm even hearing of this.
Out of control, but not wrecking all the way in Daytona, or the fact that we really never got to see AI cars wreck. But now that the game's been out in the wild, now that maybe
now that the game's been out for a while and we've seen it, okay.
When the AI wrecks. The problem I have is there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that genuinely causes it. You obviously can't say a tire went.
Yeah, what's the reason for that, though? What's the reason for that? Is it because you turned up the AI wreck frequency? Genuinely, what I'm wondering is, what were they supposed to do? Were they supposed to program it so that just someone will just aggressively run into someone else and cause a wreck? I feel like that's a lot more difficult to program than just randomly making someone just spin out. And so that being said, this is how this has always been. I remember seeing this in the Heat games. I remember seeing this in Thunder 04. We could pull up race 1 of Tony Rain's season 1 at Daytona where Jack Sprague spun out by himself on the second lap of the race. Literally the exact same thing that happens in this game. So, what's the problem? Is the problem that they're wrecking? Then maybe turn down wreck frequency. What is the problem? What's the problem?
Really can't say that it's something on the track, oil. It just, all of a sudden, it appears a car will go from being perfectly fine and stable
all
to
of a sudden they're
wrecking
wrecking because they were programmed to do that.
This creates a number of problems.
By
Number
you
one, when you're
turning
racing
up the
beside
thing.
someone, you don't know if at any point their car is just going to randomly wreck. And number two, it speaks to how consistent your car handles. Is your car on this same trajectory of all of a sudden at any given moment your left rear or right rear tire can seemingly lose all traction?
No, it doesn't. Are you an AI driver that you've increased the wreck frequency for? No, it's a fucking meter, dude. Turn down the meter. If you don't want them to spin out by themselves and cause cautions, turn the meter down.
Put you into the wall?
I feel like this is
that
not hard.
I personally don't think so. So as we approach lap 7, this is going to be our caution lap. I want you to focus on the cars in front of me.
Okay.
It's interesting that it seems like most of the wrecks happen to be directly in front of the user. But you are going to see this car.
That's also not true. We had Daytona when I streamed yesterday. There was a wreck that I didn't see. Maybe it was immediately behind me, but we had a caution and I didn't know what caused it.
All by themselves, just brake sideways and hit the wall.
Yep.
Again, I'm not saying this doesn't happen, but I'm saying this situation right here of the car seems to be tracking fine, there's been no movement, all of a sudden, we're smoking from the left rear, and the car hits the caution out.
Okay. Okay. And let's just think about it. Have you watched any race involving Kyle Busch in the Cup Series in the last 2 years? I feel like that happened a lot IRL, actually. One car spinning by himself to cause a caution for no reason.
We're gonna go ahead just for the moment and say it's realistic. The tire went down.
It is very realistic. You'll come to find.
Okay, again, basic math. Our fuel window is, let's call it 21 laps. So we are a third the way through a pit cycle. Third the way through.
Okay.
Two cars just pitted on lap 7.
2 cars pit,
again,
guys.
We're gonna do really basic math, guys. Really basic math. When we go back to green, okay, we're going to clear lap 11 right here. That is halfway on a full fuel cycle.
No, it's not. You'll have, if we go back here, it's on lap 11. We go back to when the caution came out. It was lap 7, completing into lap 8, which means that we have teleported ahead in time in the race. So it's not halfway in the fuel run. Now, this doesn't matter, but I am just clarifying that.
Two cars just.
Why is JC popping up? No.
So you were going to tell me the pit window is 22 laps. We're restarting on lap 11. 2 AI cars put up.
Yes, because it was only 8 laps into the run. And he didn't mention this unless he did at the start. Did he show the settings at the start? Nope, no settings at the start. No race settings. It's on 4X fuel and tire wear. So, 4X fuel and tire wear is what they were on.
Okay. You would assume that maybe you'll handle race cars, maybe adjustments, maybe tires. You know, maybe somebody does gamble on fuel. Maybe someone does try something a little different. But 2 cars. Fair point. We are going to continue.
Why? Why do you care? if it happened where if the entire field pit in that situation, he would have bitched about the entire field pitting. Why doesn't anyone do anything else? Why doesn't anything do anything else? And then in this video over here, there is a part where I was actually just happened to be right on it, is that a bunch of cars pit. A bunch of cars pit in this version of the race, and listen to the fucking bloviation.
Or the expected pit. Now, to my surprise, and maybe to yours, 14 cars. 14 cars.
14 cars.
Now, if we know the pit window was lap 22, and yes, I'll understand that there's going to be some laps made up there under yellow.
Yes.
It's strange to me that so many cars don't pit.
So it's strange to me that so many cars don't pit. Motherfucker, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want the entire field to pit or not? Do you want that or not? Drew is trying to have his cake and eat it too. At this point, what? Which is it? Which is it? So what you're saying is that you want everyone in the field to pit every single caution. That's what you want. That's what you're telling me right now is what you want. Okay, back to this fucking bullshit.
Run, and because we are on fresher tires, we are essentially going to blitz through the entire field.
Yeah.
This is something I want you also to pay very close attention to.
Oh, I'm paying attention, motherfucker.
The ability
Don't
I
worry.
have to basically drive at will all over the track, passing cars in the process.
Yes.
I will also say the car itself is still relatively inconsistent. I don't know what makes the car extremely tight. Don't know what makes the car extremely loose. It seems to just do what it wants, when it wants, and I'm kind of at the mercy.
Is that a bad thing?
When people say, oh, this game is going to be better with a wheel, I would offer that it's likely going to be worse with a wheel, because with a joystick, it's easy to flip the stick back and save a car that's turning the other way.
Not true. Every single person that plays with the wheel always tells me that it's better with the wheel in all accurate sim
I feel like the
games.
car's coming around. I'm counter steering because all of a sudden the car is just yawing away from me for really nothing.
And motherfucker, he goes, oh man, it's so unrealistic that one car just suddenly lost all its grip and spun out. And then in the next fucking run, he immediately goes, oh, why is the car so inconsistent? Why am I suddenly wrecking now? Got the memory of a fucking ant, dude. An ant. Once again, I do not have any strong feelings towards this game. I've played for a total of 12 hours. But I'm just sitting back here like, is this rage bait? Is this video rage bait? And like in this next one, like I said, it says, but other content creators keep pretending it's fine. I watched this entire video to see if he called out anyone specifically. No! He doesn't even mention other creators. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't post a comment. He doesn't post any tweets. He doesn't say anything about other creators. It's legitimately just clickbait. What is this fucking video? What is he doing? What is he doing? I'm going insane just sitting here looking at this shit, dude.
As we approach this caution, though, again, I want you to take note of a few things.
So I'm taking notes, man.
Is going
Trust
to be
me.
the car that wrecks. Alex Bowman is running relatively well in this race.
Yes.
Dover itself is a self-cleaning racetrack. When cars wreck, the banking literally pulls them back down the hill.
Yeah, in theory.
This track, as is,
Not
it is a
always.
self-cleaning racetrack, and all the cars will go down the banking naturally when they wreck. Alex
No.
Bowman, at this point, is very consistent in front of us.
Not
He is
always,
driving on
motherfucker.
no issues, not a lot of traffic. All of a sudden, we go through the turn, and for whatever reason, we're just going to spin.
Yep. Because you turned up the AI wreck frequency.
I expect him to go down the track, and he doesn't.
Turn it
However,
down,
it doesn't change the fact
motherfucker.
that we have this very strange wreck directly in front of.
Very strange wreck, guys. I can pull up 10 wrecks IRL at Dover that look exactly like that. And did you see how much momentum the 48 was carrying to the outside?
I expect him to go down the track, and he doesn't. However,
The reason for that is because it's the scripted caution. It's the scripted caution. He's like, it's not because like the car's driving bad. It's because there's a scripted caution. All of this momentum is still pulling to the outside. That's the reason why it happens, and you can literally watch. You can literally watch as this wreck happens. He's about to turn back down. So if he'd actually got on the brakes, my man Arca breaks into a wreck and then says it's the game's fault for causing the wreck, and the game should have made him drive down the track because it's a self-cleaning track. Like everything about this is just a nitpick brain drain, and I really genuinely am beginning to think that this is just rage bait. I am genuinely beginning to think that I am being rage baited right now by this video.
More importantly, though, it is now lap 17. Hey, we know a full tank is 22 laps. It again is lap 17.
It is lap 17, but don't forget, we advanced 4 laps under the last caution, which means that it's actually closer to 12 laps into the run. 12 is barely past halfway compared to the 22 laps of the fuel window, and that's just the player. That's just the player. The AI may have different fuel windows, but okay. Okay.
Dramatic events show you that 5 cars pitted.
Yep.
5 cars pitted.
Okay.
We've now pitted twice, by the way.
Okay. You keep wrecking and destroying the car and needing to pit is not a problem for the AI not pitting.
Starting on lap 21, we are rolling right now to lap 22.
Okay.
So we've learned some things about this game. Number 1, we've learned that those 2 cautions have saved 8 laps of fuel. So each caution, 4 laps.
We figured that much out at least.
We also can conclude that despite being nearly out of...
Because he's on 4X fuel, by the way. So the way that 4X tires and fuel work is that you start with, 100% of your fuel tank, and then at the end you have 0. In the middle you'll have 50%. That 50% in a 0 to 20 lap race is going to be 10. Lap 10 will be the 50%. Now, if that's a 100 lap race, and it's a 1X, that would be lap 0 is 100%, lap 100 is empty, lap 50 would be 50% of the fuel. Now, the problem with doing 4X on fuel is that the in-game calculations, I don't know how it's done, I'm not a fucking programmer, but if I were to assume what's going on is that the AI is taking a look at how much fuel they have, and they see that, all these wrecks and all these cautions, there's only been 13 or so laps under green flag on the fuel being used, which means that if we're in that zone of 0 to 22 laps, it's lap 13, we're barely past halfway on fuel. Most of the field still has 35 or more % of their fuel tanks. It's not like, if it was a 100 lap race and we were on lap 97, then there's only 3 laps left of fuel, then the AI would think, oh, we're gonna run out, we should pit. The biggest reason that this whole issue that he's having is mostly because he's on the 4X fuel. And the game doesn't understand how to pit with 4X fuel. Now, is that an issue? Sure, that's an issue. But that's not a fundamental game-breaking problem. The main solution here would be to run realistic fuel length or turn off cautions, turn down AI wrecking frequency. Should we have to do that? I guess not, but the player is the one that sets the wreck frequency. If you want them to stop wrecking constantly and ruining your race strategy and ruining the in-game logic, turn the meter down! Turn the meter down! Like, we've had it in the past. I have an entire fucking series of 100% race length career mode in NASCAR Thunder 2004. We've had it where a weird caution will screw everything up and lock me multiple laps down or give me a really good result, even though my car didn't deserve it. Like, that's just a thing that happens. It's a thing that happens in real NASCAR. Like, I don't know what the problem is that this dude is nitpicking one instance in one race at one track in one series on one specific set of AI parameters and in-game fuel logic. It's just insane. And then he goes on to make 2 videos about this race, and apparently these 2 videos on this one race are game-breaking and everything is ruined forever. Like, I just don't understand how this one little fucking goddamn race is enough to make probably is gonna have another 3 videos on this game up again by fucking the time this is uploaded. Like, I don't fucking know what the problem is. I genuinely do not understand why he's so fucking mad about hello? Video? Okay, we're back.
Control that car is. I want you to take note of our closing speed. Our closing speed again is going to be very, very important in just a moment.
Yes.
Because we are passing quality race cars.
Yeah.
Pehl, Denny Hamlin, as if there's really nothing to do.
I wonder why that is. Could it possibly be that you're on 12 lap fresher tires than them? Could that be the reason? Come on, dude. Bro is trying to present himself as some sort of racing fucking goddamn expert, and then and he's ragging on the fucking developers and everyone's saying that this isn't a problem. And then he's just like, duh, we're faster because we pit a whole bunch more than them. Why is that? That doesn't make no sense. Give me a fucking break, dude. This is brain rot. This is brain fucking rot. I was starting to think that I was like getting dementia or some shit. But, I mean, if this is how everyone else is looking at this game, I think my brain's got a few good years left in it. Fuck my life.
Saying, well, of course, that's going to be the case. You're on fresh tires. Fair point. But you're going to see one of these AI cars on fresh tires, and this closure rate is not nearly going to be the same. They're also not one of the bottom.
We are literally watching. We are literally watching as Denny Hamlin, one of the people that pit with him, is making moves around the other AI. And to this, I haven't even mentioned this question yet. What's the AI difficulty set at? What is the AI difficulty set at? You know something else? In this fucking video, my man unironically says it doesn't matter what the AI difficulty level is. He is going ballistic about the fact that it's easier to pass cars on extremely worn tires versus your fresh tires. And my man unironically says it doesn't matter what the AI settings are. It doesn't matter. Boy, you took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't matter. Nothing about this video matters. It is literal brain drain. But the problem with this shit is that, we'll take a look at this video here, 51 line. Now this one has a bunch of dislikes, 5,000 views and a fair amount of dislikes, making the FNAF video look like it's got a good ratio on it. This one, after 1 hour apparently, has 51 likes and no dislikes. Now, the dislike counter early on, after YouTube took it away and we had to make a new one as an add-on, is not desperately accurate early on, but still. But like, let's just take a look at this second video after we skip this stupid setup. So, we take a look at this, you'll see 4 times the tire wear, light damage. My man doesn't even have full damage turned on. He's got normal tire wear and tire grip fall off as the player, but as you'll see, we don't ever see the AI settings. We don't see if the AI settings have high rec frequency. We don't see what the AI skill level is. We don't see what the AI tire fall off compared to the player is. We don't see the grip compared to the player. We don't see any of that. We are missing so much vital context for this video. This is absolutely batshit insane that someone is going to make so many videos about this subject and have absolutely no transparency in that regard, and he's gonna go fucking ballistic and say that this is game breaking and it is impossible to play the game. Well, let me tell you something. This has always been how NASCAR games are like. The only game that I can think of that I haven't played enough of to see if this is true or not is the Eutechnyx games. I see people play the Eutechnyx games all the time. I did play the Eutechnyx games a lot, but I never did long races. But what I always saw is that the drivers in those races when the caution came out, which were usually natural because the AI was pretty terrible at driving every track. The only thing I ever saw in that was that some people would randomly pit when they didn't need to. Some people would stay out when there was no logic to that whatsoever. It seemed like when the Eutechnyx games did cautions, they just kind of hit a randomize button and then just whichever drivers they felt like pitting, pit. And then the rest stayed out. Is that what he's asking for? Is just for people to randomly choose to pit or not? Apparently not, because there was that one caution where a bunch of people pit, and he was like, oh, why didn't they pit? And it's like, I guess he wants everyone to pit every single time. That's the only logical conclusion that I can come to. I'm gonna stop. There's a few more things I could talk about between both of these videos, but I'm really starting to think that I'm getting rage baited right now, and none of this is actually real. So I hope I'm proven wrong. Actually, I hope that's the truth, because I can't imagine someone being this fucking dense. I can't imagine someone actually being this dense, especially someone with this much acumen on the internet. I feel like this guy knows what he's doing, and he is either intentionally being dense in order to get views, or he's rage baiting everyone, and it's all a joke. In which case, good joke. I respect that. Coming from a fucking professional troll, I respect that. You got me. But for some reason, I feel like he did not get me, and I haven't made a video in a while. So let's get some hot YouTube drama to drum up the views. Give me 100 likes on this video. Thanks for watching. This has been Cubs Games. Cubs fucking lost to the Brewers today after having an amazing stand at home and a 6-0 game on fucking goddamn Thursday. Beat them 6-0, and you could put up 1 run. Come on, the bullpen did their fucking job holding them down to 3 runs. Y'all couldn't fucking hit the bat a couple times? That's not this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you whatever comes next. Bye! I don't have an outro saved to this computer, so this will have to do. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel, yeah! I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Watch more down below. I hope you enjoyed, yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come back for more. Yeah, this is the outro.